Hey, this is Berto from Sling Paint Gaming, and more battle reports from the Stele Open 2016. This is round 3 for me. Trace. Round 3 was a 60-minute round. Just like all the rounds were 60 minutes. It was I was coming off a 1-1. I just lost to Linda and her Millennium Falcon setup, and basically I was coming into this. I'm like, okay, I got a loss. Okay, this sucks. All right. I played that. I got mind screwed that last match, and I think that affected this match for me. So this match was another loss for me, but things started turning into the later rounds for me, and I broke even 3-3. But I can tell you exactly what I did wrong. There was another fatal mistake for me that I did wrong in this maneuver in this round. But let's first get right into the. I was playing a gentleman from Quebec. He drove. I think he drew the furthest, or close to the furthest. He was like second furthest guy that came to this event. His name is Francois. He was outfitting a crazy list. When I first saw this, I'm like, oh crap! It's a swarm meets a swarm. But he didn't fly in a swarm formation. He flew it almost flatline. But let me tell you. Let's go right into the list here. All right. So right off the bat. Just so you know, everybody, they let me all take the pictures of their list and during the round, so which was pretty cool of everybody. He was running, he had 5 headhunters, 1 named, 4 generic. So he had Suhlak, the heavy hitting pilot skill value 7, guidance chip, crack shot, glitterstim, and cluster missiles. And then he had 4 of these. They're all exactly the same. You can see them, and they're all running. Basically, it's a Black Sun Soldier, Z95. He's running Glitterstim, guidance chips, and cluster missiles. Now, when I first saw this, and I'm like, oh crap, cluster missiles. For some reason in my head, I'm thinking it's range 3 to 4. Don't know why. I'm not 3 to 4. I'm sorry, 2 to 3. Why am I saying 3 to 4? Range 2 to 3. Because I was setting up an epic list. I was doing my proton torpedoes, and for some reason I was thinking range 2 to 3. So I had that stuck in my head. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, and I outsmarted myself. This is where you got to pay attention what the other person's running and really understand what the range impacts are, because I made a fatal mistake, and I'm going to show you what it is here. So let's, I think right here. All right, so when we outlined, he was running debris, I was running rocks. We both knew that we wanted an open area. I mean, you could see how the rocks were set up. It's pretty much like in a C formation. You could see my BabyBlues on the bottom right, and you could see how he set up his ships. He had 4 in a line, not in a formation, box formation, or offset formation. And then he had Suhlak on the left-hand side there. So I'm like, okay, right off the bat, I'm like, okay, he's going to come in. He's going to try to come in hard. And then what he's going to do with Suhlak, he's going to try to flank. Totally get it. Like if I do some K-turns, Talon rolls, whatever, he's going to be there with Suhlak and light me up. So I'm like, okay, I got it. But I'm still thinking that he's got cluster missiles. And for some reason, I'm thinking torpedoes, range 2 to 3. So after we're set up, I did a 4 forward and a 1 boost to come in. He actually played a reserve. He moved some of his ships up 1, and I think the other ships up 2. You can see that he moved Suhlak Fighter, I think it was up 3. I think 3 or 4 he came in, and you could see that he started coming outlining. But I turned my ships in on purpose, because I said either next turn, I said I want him to think that either I'm going for his big pilot, like I wanted to aim it, I move first, so when I move my ships, then he moved all his ships, but I did that on purpose because I want him to thinking that I'm like kind of veering, going for his main guy. And I was the thought pattern was behind that. So when we did this, the next maneuver that I did, before I get into and show you exactly what I did, my first gut reaction, and this is where I think I made a fatal flaw, my first gut reaction was to do a 3 right bank. So I'm already facing 1 bank this way. If I do a 3 bank, it's going to line me straight up. But what I did was said, okay, if he does a 2, right, which I think he wants to get in close, but he doesn't know how far I'm going to get in close. he wants to do either a 2 or 3 move up because he wants to. I'm thinking he's gonna like either slow it up because I'm thinking 2 to 3. I think he's got the torpedoes in my head. I don't know the range thing. I got stuck in my head. So I don't know what I was thinking. I messed up. And instead of doing a 3 bank with my gut, I said, you know what? No, I want to stay in. I said, I'll let him shoot his missiles at me. I don't think it's going to cause a lot of damage. Boy, was I wrong. Whoa, so wrong. So, right, I'm going into this. Instead of doing a 3 bank, I did a 1 bank to the right. And you can see where I ended up. If I would have done a 3 bank, okay, I would have blocked them. I would have blocked them. It would have been over to the left a little bit more, and I would have caused havoc with his ships, and I would have blocked them. He would have lost his actions, and he wouldn't be able to fire off his secondary weapons. That's when I realized, I think this was the realized point. I said, hey, what's the range of your weapons again? He said 1 to 2, and I'm like, oh, crap, what did I just do? And sure enough, this exchange, because he shoots first, because he was a pilot's cavals of 3, and then I think he had a 7. This exchange made me lose 1 ship, and you can see that. I lost 1 ship right off the exchange. He was popping Glitterstim like it was nobody's business. I mean, Glitterstim, just popping it left and right as his action. Target locks, you name it. It was brutal. Brutal. The worst part about this was I lost a ship. I couldn't even fire that ship at all. I lost a ship. I was heart-wrenched. I was really upset. My mind, I think I outsmarted myself, for lack of better words. And then we kept on going back and forth. But then you can see that I lost another ship right off the bat. I think he only did two cluster missiles on one that he had an arc on, because I think if you look at the first, was it this one? Right? He was just in barely of arc of this one. Like he was shooting his 1 and 4 on the top right there was shooting at 1, I believe. And then his other one, 2 and 3, was shooting him at 3 because they weren't in the arc of 1. So I lost the 1 ship right off the bat with the cluster missiles. And then in the next round, you can see right here. Whoop. Oh, let me pull this up again. Where is it? Damn phone. Okay, right here. This is where it got interesting. And you can see his fighters, he actually had used the ball bearings, the magnetic ball bearings, so his fighters are a little droopy all over the place. But this is where I was like, oh, this stinks. But you did see that I did take one of his in the exchange. That helped me a little bit. Then I was able to, I think, get another one, but I didn't have the hard-hitting thing anymore, and it was just brutal. It was just kept on just getting nastier and nastier. I think I got down to 1. Got 2 ships here. I flew 1 away to get some distance to get out of the way, and then I was going to come back around, but he ranged me. I lost another ship. I'm down to 1 ship, and then you can see right here I took another one out of his, so he was down to 3 ships versus 1. But then you can see that he got basically, I got 43 points. He got the 100 points directly. It was, like I said, I just came off the 1-1, off the loss. I just lost again. And I'm like, oh, this is killing me. I said I was facing great pilots, but the flying was, I did the mistakes. I should have went with my gut, did the 3 bank. I would have messed up his whole mojo as far as getting his actions and stuff. And he would have only shot me with 3 dice, with no guidance chips, none of that, all that fun. In Glitterstim, he wouldn't have got his action. That's what killed me. That's what really hurt me right there, was that. But anyway, long story short, it was, Francois, he was a great guy. Really liked him. Great personality. I learned a lot from playing this because I never played another swarm up against my swarm. I did play a mini swarm of TIE fighters before, and it was brutal to take down. So I kind of knew that I'm gonna have I'm gonna have some work cut out. But Francois did a great job. He took me out. Much respect to him. Much respect to everybody else that was playing against everybody. It was a great event and everything. But again, it was a fun match. I learned a lot from that match. Like our video, subscribe to our channel. Let me know how would I should have flown that differently. Leave the comments below. And like I said, check us out on Sling Paint, and we'll have fun goodness on the bottom there. Thanks, guys.